Hello everyone, this is your host Rohan Tandel from InnoHealth Magazine Studio. I welcome you to this podcast produced by Innovation Queries with a mission to spread awareness and knowledge of various facets of healthcare innovation. You are listening to the Voices of IC Innovator podcast from InnoHealth Magazine, the first magazine in India on healthcare innovations. In this podcast, we invite the members of the IC Innovator Club and get to know a little bit about the journey and their perspective about the club. Today, we are going to have a conversation with the guest speaker, Commander Gaurav Sharma. He is a naval officer who passed out from the 90th course of National Defense Academy. He was commissioned on 1st July 2001 in the electrical branch. He completed his BTech in electrical and electronics from Jawaharlal Nehru University and MTech in radio frequency design and technology from IIT Delhi. He thereafter completed his PG diploma in management studies from Jamnalal Bajaj Institute. He is a keen follower of advances in the field of artificial intelligence and is currently stationed as project officer at IIT Delhi. Welcome, Commander Gaurav, to our podcast. How are you today, sir?
Yeah, thank you so much, Rohan. I'm absolutely fine. I hope you are doing well.
Yeah, sir. So let's move on to the podcast. So coming to the podcast, let me elaborate on the flow of this podcast. I would be asking you a series of questions and we may discuss your opinions on it. So let us begin.
Sure, thank you.
Talking about career, we have varying experiences at various stages, bringing in various life lessons, of which we think some of those lessons have taken a long time for realization. It's not a sense of regret, but we feel or say, imagine that under the some different circumstances, that is having learned the lesson earlier would have given a smoother flow to the career. So I would like to ask that what is that one thing or say one lesson that you wish you knew at the start of your career?
Okay, see, the career in the Indian Navy is very exciting and very challenging. The officers and men here are responsible for critical operations involving life and death decisions very early on in their life. The work involves all spheres of life from war fighting to administration. Almost every industry has its application in the Navy in terms of technology. Now, since we deal with such a vast variety of work, we usually get overwhelmed by our day-to-day work and at times do not keep abreast with the latest in the field. You take my example, I've dealt with all weapons, sensors including, radars, sonars, etc., electrical systems, electronics, IT related and other systems. And though now I am reading about artificial intelligence and machine learning, I feel that, I should have kept myself updated earlier on about these advances. I'm doing that for last 2 years now, but an earlier start would have been better. So learning is what we must keep, continuing. We must keep some time every day or a weekly target for updating ourselves throughout the career.
True, sir. Learning is a continuous process, and we should ensure that we do little by little and take out some time through our daily lives for that. So, coming to the next question, life is a journey, and to make the most in this journey, we use things or say the resource available to us as stepping stones to grow and develop to be the ideal personality that we would like to build in our future. Some of that enabling us to make a major leap due to its deep impact on our minds. So, my question to you is what are the resources that had a major influence on you as a professional or as an individual?
So I would say primarily that is the people around us, the human resource as we call it. The human will and endurance has, no limit. Just when one thinks one has reached his or her limit, there are individuals who show there is so much more. You see Mary Kom or Anthony Irwin, the swimmer, or Usain Bolt or Lance Nayak Hanumanthappa. They have, defied our definition of human will and endurance. They personify what Elon Musk had said. I think, and I quote right now, I think it is possible for ordinary people to choose to be extraordinary. With with right training and leader, our people can achieve so much more. There is some attention internationally on the HR but I would say in India, the HR practices still need to evolve considerably. The sales and marketing still remain the jewel in the crown for any business. I recommend that HR should be given its due place in every organization. The any good people's man on top can really make wonders. HR is so much more than just team building games or yearly appraisals. The HR case study for Taj after 2611, I would say, is just a drop in this vast ocean. So, as quoted by Peter Schultz, and I quote, hire character and train skill. So, I would say that we need to build our organization on character.
True, sir. As you rightly pointed out, many countries have actually given the importance to the most important resource, that is human, the qualities that they bring in the organization. So I guess that we are lacking right now as a country in that, and I hope that we evolve and kind of improve on those prospects.
Yeah, so you used a very right word, evolve. So
yeah,
any organization that doesn't evolve will die in due course. And the only way to evolve, I feel, is continuous training and impetus to change management. So that all comes from HR.
true, sir. So moving ahead, like resources, we come across many personalities whose life decisions or maybe passion towards their career or any other attribute wants us to mirror those personalities. So I would like to know which person or who are the people you idealize and why.
Okay, so there are many of them, and so many of them within our own lifetime. If I have to think of very few, I would name Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw, Mr. Ratan Tata, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, and Mary Kom. These are our local inspirational leaders. It would take me a considerable time to answer why for each one of them, but let me just try and summarize this in a few lines. So, see, Field Marshal Manekshaw was a leader par excellence. He used to go about doing his work with an absolutely no-nonsense attitude and had a great sense of humor even under those, most tense situations. I was fortunate to have met him in National Defense Academy. He used to carry this aura around him. Then Mr. Ratan Tata, I think, would be an idol for most of us Indians. Only when you put your people before your organization's profits can you make an organization like the Tatas. They are, nation builders, not merely wealth creators. So he inspires with his genuineness. Then Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam has shown what simplicity and uncluttered mind can achieve with sincerity. His purity, can be gauged by one of the quotes, and I quote, knowledge will give you power, but character will give you respect. It is that respect that needs to be there in the leader. It's more important to have a great character than being successful in life. And finally, then I come to Mary Kom. She, with her sheer will and determination, has changed our thought perception. One such person can transform the thought process of entire generation, break stereotypes, and inspire you to form your own path.
Those are some great idols, and the way you express them and the attributes that you like about them, that was amazing, sir. So moving ahead, talking about careers, many people face various hardships. So I would like to know some of the hardships you faced in your career and how you found inspiration from such situation.
Okay, see, the armed forces career is no doubt full of hardships, but the inspiration lies in the people around you. When your men look up to you, you know that you can't break under any situation. On the other hand, if you walk that extra mile, they would go to any distance. Okay. The moment your people see the sincerity of purpose in your actions, each team member becomes a pillar of strength. So the inspiration during tough times is the effort of each team member. And that is the time you know that, you can't fail them. No matter how tough the situation is, the show must go on. And This responsibility lies on the leader. Each high pressure situation you face helps you evolve as a human being. So, the tough situations teach you a lot more.
Moving ahead, talking about careers, we may be liking a profession a lot, but there are always certain professions that intrigues us, not necessarily to make a living out of it completely, but just a wish to explore and enjoy the journey if time permits. So what I would like to know is, besides your current profession, what profession would you like to explore?
Any profession where technology makes a difference to human lives, that would be okay with me. Either the healthcare or education are evolving so rapidly through use of technology nowadays. Maybe these there could be more. So, but my primary interest is in indigenization and getting systems made in India. We have the talent. The ecosystem is being made right now. So I am very optimistic about the future of our country.
Yeah, sir. Currently, it's under development, or can say that PCs are being on the cluttered, but slowly they are falling onto their places, kind of situation. So we hope that soon that would be a complete ecosystem developed. So moving to the next question. In this fast-paced world, there are many reasons for stress in the daily lives of a person, for which many people find out their own ways to relieve it through some activity. So I would like to know, doing what makes you feel your best self, or say rejuvenate you from the daily workload and stress.
Okay, see, my list of hobbies is very long. Okay, right from music, most of the sports, gardening, movies, reading, etc. But I've realized that after a day's hard work, there are three things that are closest to my heart, which are family, nature, and physical workouts. So these three things I would bank upon any day to rejuvenate me.
Sir, as you said that, we might have various hobbies, but not all are kind of, close to our heart, or say, would rejuvenate you as much as some do. So like you said, family, nature, and physical work. Those are some nice, or say, you know, amazing stress busters. So now coming to the IC Innovator Club, I would like to ask what it means for you to be a member of the IC Innovator Club.
I really feel humbled. It is really a great privilege for me to be part of this August Club. And for that, I would like to really thank Admiral VK Singh for this great opportunity he has given me to be part of this club. Each member in the club is a heavyweight in respective field. And I, for one, feel like a kid who has joined this big university. I really look forward to each lecture and interaction which is held by this club, and I try to grasp as much as possible. So for me, it's a great privilege.
Moving ahead, the definition of innovation may be the same for everyone, but the meaning, the value of that word differs from person to person. So my question to you is, what does innovation mean to you, considering the healthcare industry?
Okay. Innovation in very simple terms is breaking the mold of what is being done presently and try to do something more efficiently than what you are doing right now. So it could be either by using lesser resources or by using same resources and trying to reach out to more number of people. So basically, innovation is something which help you achieve a greater efficiency using the same resources.
That's a great perspective, sir. So for my last question, I would like to ask, where can our listeners connect to you?
Okay, they can always, connect to me on my mail ID, gaurav124@yahoo.com. It would be a really great honor for me to connect with anybody in the group. So my mail ID is gaurav124@yahoo.com.
So the link to connect with our guest Commander Gaurav would be down in the description. Before concluding, I would like to thank Commander Gaurav Sharma for joining us on the podcast. Thank you, sir. It was amazing having a conversation with you.
Thank you so much, Rohan, and I feel blessed to be a part of this group. Thank you.
To conclude, I would like to call out to our audience to leave a comment with a review and let us know whether you like the podcast. Drop down a comment if you have any podcast ideas or recommendations. If you have a healthcare innovation journey of your own to be a part of our podcast, do connect with us. And for more such content on healthcare and innovation, visit innohealthmagazine.com. Stay safe. Goodbye from your host, Rohan Tandil from InnoHealth Magazine Studio. Thank you.